defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. On 1st down, Stafford here. He'll check this one down to Michel. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen, and the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot, and if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Here we go. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Cook again. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So third down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Cousins. And the Rams got him. They bring it down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. Here's Jackson. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
The slot man in motion right. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he stopped immediately there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford.
And that one complete downfield to Cup.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Michelle going to try again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Stafford now to throw. And he's got it. That's caught for a Ram touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Rams will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in field goal range. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. It may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Yeah, well, the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. To try again after the sack. Cousins, Ebron with it over the middle.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Cousins. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. With it is Jackson. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
They'll find the Nwangwu underneath.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangwu.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangwu. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Another run now for Nwangwu. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Aaron Donald picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Jackson on the return. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Slot man moves right. On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter,
Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still...
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And it's Michel once again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Up the middle, it's Michel. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They'll go left side here with Michel. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Stafford now to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins.
Completes this to Jefferson.
Well, the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Cousins.
Pass complete to Ebron.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick.
And the Rams are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
They said beginning of the season